How do people figure out what they're into in bed? Do you get like an ID card in the mail with your name and your birthday and a list of kinks on it? And if so, where's mine? I'm Cassandra Corrado, a sex educator who works with adults to unlearn the pretty harmful stuff that we learned when we were younger. And on today's episode of You Deserve Good Sex, I'm gonna help you figure out what you like in bed. Tragically, we aren't all gifted a sex-positive guidebook when we're getting ready to make our sexual debuts. We don't even get one later on. Most of the time, we're stuck figuring it out on our own. Sure, we may have help navigating some things like condoms and birth control, but what about everything else? Figuring out what you like in bed might seem like a piece of cake, but in reality, it's kind of hard. That's because culturally, even though we're pretty obsessed with sex, we're not very comfortable actually talking about it. The silence around sex can make us feel like we're the only people in the universe who are into that thing we're into. And that's a one-way ticket to Shame City. Look, you're not going to magically just know everything that you like in bed. Your sexuality is meant to be explored. As you start out on your journey of self-exploration, I need you to know something. The sexual world is much more vast and much less shame-filled than most of us are initially led to believe. For example, monogamy isn't right for everyone. Anybody with an anus can have anal sex. Liking BDSM doesn't mean you're damaged. You can't really get addicted to your vibrator. And watching porn doesn't make you a sex addict. Our desires and fantasies are ever evolving, both with how common they are culturally and how we experience them personally. So if after 15 years of having sex, you learn you're into a new thing, cool for you. And if after 15 years of having sex, you realize you're not into something anymore, that's okay too. Desires shift, and that's why self-exploration is so important. To figure out what you like, first think back to the movies, TV shows, and books you've encountered that had scenes that made you feel a certain type of way. What happened that made your heart beat faster? Was it a good fast or a bad fast? Next, think about the solo and partnered sexual encounters you may have had before. What things made you feel super in the moment, and what left you mentally planning out your grocery list? Third, visit your local feminist-run sex toy shop and ask the educators on staff about popular toys or if they have any themed classes. And if you don't have a sex toy store near you, there are plenty online that you can explore virtually. A fourth option is to watch porn or read erotica. Porn can be ethically produced. You just have to know where to look. Pink and White Productions is my top recommendation for queer-friendly, body-positive porn. If watching porn isn't really your thing, try audio erotica, like the stories offered by Dipsy. Or if you're more of a bookworm, take to the web to find something that excites you, even if it's fan fiction. While you're doing all of that very important research, take note of when you get a tingly feeling in your stomach, or elsewhere. That just might be something you're into. It's okay if you only like it in your head, but not so much in bed. Now you know. But you might also really like it in practice. And now you have an awesome new thing you can add to your sexual toolkit. And finally, explore your own body. Use your hands, a sex toy, even water pressure from your shower head to figure out what areas feel good to touch and what types of touch feel good to you. You might be surprised. Remember, you don't have to focus exclusively on your genitals. Other parts of your body can bring you pleasure too. The important thing is that you open yourself up to the possibilities and take your pleasure seriously, because your pleasure is important. So throw away that script that says you're supposed to do or be into whatever, and focus on what makes you feel good, excited, and interested instead, because that's when the good sex can really begin. Thanks for watching. If you're craving more videos on sex, abortion, parenthood, and more, subscribe to our channel. And if you learned something new today, share this video with a friend. They deserve good sex too.